What up, though, y'all? Welcome back to another story time. Take y'all back. Back was when I was a little pup. Remind you, if you've been following my stories, you know I, I, I went through the steps of parents being addicts and stuff like that. And, you know, the good times, the bad times, and the sad times. So we're gonna go back to one of the trying times, lucky times for me. So you know, this after my dad's death, after my father's death, my mom and her friend, I'm not gonna say her name, she lived across the alley, and they was addicts, and they was buddies. You know addicts, they be buddies, and then they be enemies, then they be buddies, then they be enemies. We don't know what's going on because we are kids. So I guess my mom gets to it with her buddy. My mom's a little lady. My uncle's living with us at the time, but not by now. At this time, he's living with us. He's working. He's going back and forth to work. So my mom and her friend get into it. Her friend has, I think, I want to say 3 daughters, 2 or 3 daughters, which they all lived across the alley. Then they had like cousins lived across the street. Family across the alley. They family across the street. They got sister and sister kids. The daughters, they're a couple years older than me, so they're like 14, 15. So they comes over with their mom, and they trying to beat up my mom. I don't recall what was said or how they got into it. So they want to get in our house. You know, my uncle not home from work, whatever. So they trying to get in the house. Like, yeah, open the door, B. We gonna show you. You talking junk about my mom. Because they went back and forth. We don't really know. It wasn't our business anyway. But they want to jump my mom's. They don't get in the house. They finally leave. They across the alley. We be back to whoop on your mama. So when my uncle get back from work, we tell him, he like, dang, man, I'm gonna squash this or whatever. And I'm like, man, no, they on some junk bull crap. So I'm like, I'm gonna call my cousin. I'm gonna call my cousin Chris, Crazy Chris, if y'all know, if y'all follow him on the internet, before his accident that happened to him. That changed his life forever. But I go get him. I go over his crib, walk over his crib, holler at him. He's like, all right, look, cuz. He go get his sawed-off shotgun. And he said, okay, ain't nobody gonna jump my big cuz. Let's go over there. So we goes over my crib comes back to my house about 10 something. He like, stay to my side, cause if they outside, I'm just shooting. I'm shooting. So boom, they went outside. We get on the block. They not there. We sat on the porch. It's about 1 in the morning. He's like, I'm gonna get back to the crib, cuz. So he said, I'm gonna leave the gun. You already know how to shoot it, it's loaded or whatever. All right, bet. He go home. Boom. The next day, I think my uncle went to work. Was it the weekend? I don't recall. But I know he's back. Then the girls come back to our house. We have a 2-family flat, but we we end up having both flats because nobody moved upstairs after so long. It was both our crib, and the owner just let it go. So boom, my uncle trying to be the mediator, so he want to talk to him. Now knowing females' emotions run high, they ain't trying to hear none of that junk. But they playing the role like we can talk. I'm like, all right, let's talk. There's about 4 of them, and then they got two cats that I go to middle school with. You know, I watch drugs turn regular kids or regular people that like regular kids that play basketball or football to thugs and gangsters in a heartbeat. And that's how quick they changed. They went from homies that hooping to we thugs, we run in the hood, now we sell drugs now. Y'all beneath me. You a little homie now. But we were just homies, you know what I'm saying? Hooping on the same court, playing football on the same field. They just sit back because they're kicking it with these girls. Like, they're a couple years older than me. So they sit back and just watching, and they trying to get in our house because my uncle falls with an okie doke, crack the door, and they trying to knock him down. He falling down, and they running up the stairs. My mom is running up the stairs because she was trying to talk. So she coming up the stairs, as I can recall, and I'm like, oh, no, they coming after my mama. So they don't know. I'm up there with the gun. So I hit the stairs. Boom. I run down the stairs, and I'm about to shoot old girl in her face. My uncle turns around, bless me, and look and said, no, and push the gun up. And then the girls look, oh, he got a gun. And then they backs up out the door. And he like, nah, I told you don't do that. I'm like, man, whatever. Ain't nobody beating up on my mama. Nah, it ain't happening. I ain't no killer, but don't push me. But I'm fortunate and she fortunate that my uncle pushed that gun up because my life would have took a hell of a turn, you know, and her life, whew, I don't even want to think about that part. But that was a challenging time right there, because you had people trying to like bully my mama, man, and that wasn't happening. That wasn't happening. Mm-mm. That is more to that story, but yeah, that part, you know, that's they backed up. But then I got the other two cats now. Oh, they got guns. Now we not homies no more. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got a gun? Oh, we can play them type of games. So yeah, that almost hurt to something bigger than what it should have been. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have nothing really to do with it. I'm gonna protect my mom, and they didn't have nothing to do with it. But this they girls now. We enemies. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was a challenging time right there, man. You know, you never know how you react, but for your loved ones, man, you there. You got to be that person. You crash out. I didn't even think about it. If my uncle don't grab me, I'm letting go. I'm shooting. No, you're not touching mama. Mm-mm. And that's how it was, man. You know. But you know, until next time. Hope y'all enjoyed this story time. Peace out.